I'm teaching you how to lead, how to survive. And to do that, you're going to have to fight.
Hello there, guys. Darth Christensen here. Welcome back to another Star Wars video. And today, I have more Black Series figure reviews because I'm going to be reviewing these two figures that I got from the Star Wars Trading Post at Downtown Disney. We have Anakin Skywalker in his clone armor and Captain Rex as both part of like the Clones of the Republic line. I also saw one for Obi-Wan and another like 212 trooper. I don't know if Cody was in there, but yeah. So these are two of my newest fine additions to my Black Series collection, and I'm thinking about like moving on to collecting more Black Series figures from now on, because as my Funko shelf is like completely full. Until I find a new shelf, I'm going to take a break from Funkos for a bit, because they're just like, they take up a lot of space. Black Series figures, I feel like, are more realistic to the actual like actors and everything. So this is straight out of the box. Because as I didn't feel like showing the entire unboxing process as this, but I'll just be like going over all the details of these figures and see how they stack up against like Hayden, Christensen, and Temuera, Morrison. So let's first take a closer look at Anakin, and this figure looks really nice. Like, I'm a huge fan of Anakin's clone armor because it's a very sick like combo of both Jedi and clone attire, and it's also, if you notice this closely, it kind of looks like it resembles Vader's armor. So this is kind of like another hint in an instance of foreshadowing like Anakin's fall to the dark side. So this figure looks really cool. Well, like the face looks really accurate to Hayden Christensen's likeness, and I'm also very glad that Hayden got to wear this armor in like the live action Ahsoka flashbacks. And fun fact, in the actual like canon novel Brotherhood, Anakin hated wearing clone armor at first because he thought it was uncomfortable, but after a while he got used to it and he thought that fighting in the Clone Wars was actually pretty fun. So, because this is where the fun begins. So, but yeah, here are all the finer details of Anakin in his clone armor. I really like all the details on his robes and everything, and the robes are cloth too. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I think that the cloth robes on Black Series figures are way better. They feel a lot nicer than the plastic capes that you see on some like Mandalorian figures, and some of my other figures like Darth Revan, Darth Nihilus, and Shin Hati. They also have cloth capes, so it feels a lot better. So those are they're a lot more like fun to collect. And here's a closer look at Anakin's lightsaber, the iconic Youngling Slayer. People sleep on how accurate the details for Black Series are. Sure, they're not Hot Toys, but I feel like they get the likeness a lot better than like vintage collections, and they're fun to collect. So here's another close look at Anakin, and I'm a huge fan of this figure. This is one of my favorites that I've collected. So I'm a huge fan of this figure. This is one of my favorite hits that I've collected so far. I love seeing Anakin's clone armor in person, and I just think that it's a really nice fine addition to my collection. So let's take a closer look at Rex. Now, once again, the detailing on his armor is really cool. Well, it has all of his like tally marks and his J guys on the top, and all like the burn marks on his Phase 2 helmet. I love the way this looks, man. I'm a huge sucker for Phase 2 clones. Got his pistols right here, and he even has a pauldron. His pauldron right here is even made out of the same cloth material that Anakin's robes are. Let me take his helmet off real quick. So this is what he looks like unmasked, and once again, the likeness is very close to Temuera Morrison. I think this is a really sick figure. It's got Rex's blonde hair, and the likeness is, once again, it's super accurate to Temuera Morrison, and I think people need to like give more recognition to how accurate Black Series figures really are. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Rex. And I think Hasbro nailed this figure. It's a really nice look to look at one of the best clone troopers, and I'm just a sucker for writing like Phase 2 armor. But yeah, those are basically my thoughts on these two figures of Anakin and Rex, and these are definitely going on my 501st shelf. Also, I can do like a whole 501st mural. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this like quick little figure review. Sorry if my voice sounds like shit because I woke up feeling sick, but I just wanted to show you my thoughts on these two figures. They're really cool. And I can't wait to do my whole collection of Black Series figures. Do like a whole tour of my collection of Black Series figures. And I'm just super glad I had to have an Anakin Black Series figure, and I definitely need to look into like getting his Revenge of the Sith attire too. But yeah, have a great rest of your day, and may the Force be with you always. This is where the fun begins.